When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
전쟁 첫날 트럼프 대통령은 이란 내 봉기를 부추기며 정권 교체에 직접 개입하는 데에는 거리를 두었습니다. 하지만 최고 지도자 하메네이가 폭사한 뒤 강경파인 아들 모즈타바가 후계자로 떠오르자 베네수엘라처럼 후계 구도에 개입하겠다고 나섰습니다. 그러다 이런 목표도 바뀌어 민주주의 국가를 고집하지 않는다면서 항복부터 하라고 요구했습니다.
We're not looking to settle. They'd like to settle. We're not looking to settle.
미국 언론들은 전쟁 목표가 10개가 넘는다. 참모들도 따라가지 못할 정도로 수시로 바뀐다고 비판했습니다. 전쟁 기간도 종잡을 수 없습니다. 전쟁 초기 트럼프 대통령은 4주에서 5주를 제시했습니다. 그러면서 장기전 가능성도 열어놨습니다.
We projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that.
하지만 이란의 호르무즈 해협 봉쇄와 석유 시설 공격으로 유가가 오르면서 미국 경제에도 경고등이 켜졌습니다. 쿠르드족을 앞세우려던 지상전 계획도 뒤틀렸고 미나부의 초등학교 폭격으로 비난은 고조됐습니다. 백악관 참모들이 이란 전쟁 철수 발표를 촉구했다는 보도가 나오고 트럼프 대통령은 전쟁을 빨리 끝내겠다고 180도 방향을 바꿨습니다.
Very soon, look, everything they have is gone, including their leadership.
백악관도 이란의 항복 여부와 무관하게 군사적 목표가 달성됐다고 트럼프가 판단할 때 군사작전이 끝날 것이라며 퇴로 모색에 나섰습니다. SBS 김인표입니다.
Today will be yet again our most intense day of strikes inside Iran. The most fighters, the most bombers, the most strikes.
Are you thinking this week it will be over?
No,
Are you talking
but soon.
about days?
I think so.
Okay, and with respect
Very soon.
Which is it? Is the war ending soon, or are we on the brink of the worst fighting yet?
What is your current timeline for how long the war will last?
Iran is in a position of complete and unconditional surrender, whether they say it or not.
You've done something that no other president.
Doch mit jedem Kriegstag stellen sich mehr Fragen. Vor allem besorgt uns, dass es offensichtlich keinen gemeinsamen Plan gibt, wie dieser Krieg schnell zu einem überzeugenden Ende gebracht werden.
זה עולה כסף, הרבה כסף. ולכן אנחנו נדרשים לתת תקציב מיוחד במהלך המלחמה עם עשרות מיליארדי.
שקלים זו לא הוצאה, זו השקעה.
The U.S. was not happy with strikes on 30 fuel depots in Iran. It seems kind of congruent with what President Trump said yesterday, that there's certain spots they don't want to hit relating to energy infrastructure that would take a long time to rebuild. What's your message to Americans, those who supported the president and those who aren't really in favor of this war and who worry that Israel might be taking advantage of the U.S.'s backing?
But the president has made it clear to those concerns that we're not getting pulled in any direction. We're leading. The president is leading. And I understand those concerns. Worried about getting dragged in, worried about mission creep, worried about nation building or democracy expansion. That's never the perspective the president has pursued on this. This is not endless. It's not protracted. We're not allowing mission creep. Now he gets to control the throttle under those types of quagmires we saw under Bush or Obama. It's not even close.
Is the ending of this war also contingent on Iran selecting a leader that the president finds acceptable?
Trump has blatantly and frankly stated it's obviously within the best interest of the United States and the West to no longer have a radical terrorist in charge of Iran.
Not exactly addressing my question, though. Is that political objective also necessary for the president to decide to end this war?
And I just told you the objectives of Operation Epic Fury. When those objectives are met, the president will dictate the end of these operations when he deems that Iran no longer poses a credible threat to the United States of America.
And the American people can count on that, for sure.
Anyone is accountable?
Thank you.
Go ahead.
You
Right
will
here.
hold someone accountable if it turns out that that was
This morning.
You just suggested that Iran somehow got its hands on a Tomahawk.
Well, I haven't seen it, and I will say that the Tomahawk, whether it's Iran, who also has some Tomahawks, I wish they had more, whether it's Iran or somebody else, the fact that a Tomahawk is very generic. It's sold to other countries. Numerous other nations have Tomahawks. They buy them from us.
Why did President Trump say yesterday that Iran may have Tomahawk missiles when there are only 3 other U.S. allies plus the U.S. that have those missiles and therefore could...
Look, again, as the president said yesterday, he will accept the conclusion of this investigation by the Department of War. I know there's been a lot of speculation in the media about who may be responsible for this. We're not going to get ahead. The president has a right to share his opinions with the American public. Frankly, we're not going to be harassed by the New York Times, who's been putting out a lot of articles on this, making claims that have just not been verified by the Department of War, to quickly wrap up this investigation because the New York Times is calling on us to do so.
To the question shouted in the back, it's not, open source is not the place to determine what did or did not happen. We take things very, very seriously and investigate them thoroughly, which takes time, and which is why it does take time. But ultimately, unlike Iran, no nation in the history of warfare has ever attempted in every way possible to avoid civilian casualty. And frankly, that's a point that just isn't appreciated enough.
Not even Pete Hegseth, who does whatever Trump wants, is claiming Iranian missiles did this. Trump is lying through his teeth. Donald Trump's a liar. Iran doesn't have Tomahawk missiles. The claim is beyond asinine. It's just an outright lie.
Review every single aspect of what happened.
How long does the administration expect that investigation to take, and will the White House or the Department of Defense release a full report of its findings once the investigation is complete?
The Department of War will do that. The investigation continues.
Explain why the energy secretary...
Confirm that number and elaborate on that.
How does the president think that Russia...
The president said yesterday for the first time that he had to strike Iran because he believes that Iran was going to strike U.S. targets within 7 days. And then he bumped that down later to 3 days. Where is he getting that?
Well, that's not the first time the president has said. This was a feeling the president had based on facts provided to him by his top negotiators who had been engaged with the Iranian regime in a good faith effort.
But there are no U.S. leaders or Israeli leaders who are making those same claims. So is he making this up to justify his decision to go to war now?
The president is not making anything up, Nancy. He is looking at this every single day based on intelligence, based on facts.